Midweek Magic is a free weekly event run on Magic Arena where players participate in various formats for a chance to win individual rare cards and cosmetics. This week the format was Dominaria United Phantom Bot Draft, where we crack a pack of DMU, pick one card, and pass the rest to the next player, or I guess bot in this case. This process repeats for 3 packs until we're left with a hopefully playable pile of cardboard. I managed to draft an Izzet Prowess deck, splashing with a Crystal Grotto for a few of our optional kicker spells. Tolarian Geysers is one of the highest win rate cards in the entire set, and we managed to draft 3 of them, along with some G2 amplifiers for aggro with a bounce kicker, some Tolarian Terrors to reward us for our spell slinging, and a Balmor to pump our entire team. How well will our deck do against real players in this limited format I know little about? Let's find out. Alright, so first hand, this looks fine. We have at least the lands to get to the Academy wall. We have a bit of removal. We've got a creature that we can drop if we need to. This seems like a decent 7 to start. Opponent plays a mountain, so we're definitely against a red deck. We will just toss our land out, pass the turn, so we're up against Izzet as well. An electrostatic infantry is a pretty good one. Well, do we risk the Balmor dying? I don't really know. We can play the G2 amplifier. I don't think that would be that bad. We cannot kick it, so we will just drop it as it is. So this is essentially, it's like a Kiln Fiend almost. Oh, they have a second infantry? That is not good. That is very not good. Oh my goodness. Okay, so next turn. Let's just drop the wall. I don't think there's a chance that they can kill it right now. They just went right in for it. I guess we block here. They've definitely got a lightning strike or something. Yeah. Are we just too far on the back foot to continue this? It seems pretty grim. Alright, we got the Fires of Victory, so we'll kill one of the infantries. That's good. But we missed our land drop. And now the other one looks... yeah, this opponent definitely got, like, our dream draft deck. So that's not looking so great for us. We will go Balmor. And I guess just hold up some mana to pass the turn. No blocks. Do you have the kill spell? Well, we can at least impulse, hope to get some kind of removal. And I don't know if any of that's gonna do anything. Okay, yeah, looks like our opponent had this one. Alright, so we got a handful of blue cards and no blue sources, so we're gonna have to mull this one. Hand number 2 looks pretty decent. I think we're probably gonna bottom the Tidepool Turtle. We're not really gonna get there until turn 4. So hopefully our negate and our impede momentum will be enough to kind of hold us out until we can drop the Tolarian Terror. Alright, Island go. Hopefully our opponent is playing white so we don't just run into that same matchup as last time. Alright, we like this. We like no early stuff. Splatter Goblin is a pretty good one. But we do have a wall, so we will be safe for a while. Next turn we can also Phyrexian Espionage. We can get an extra card draw off the wall, unless they decide to kill it. Yeah, sure. We can at least draw our 2 cards back with Espionage. Now Tolarian Terror only costs 4. So let's just do that. That's a sorcery. We will just do that. Draw an extra card. We will toss a Smash to Dust any day. And that's not half bad. A 3-mana Tolarian Terror is pretty good in this format. My goodness, they are really going ham on the discard spells here. They have something to kill my wall? Really? That surprises me. Okay. If that's how they want to play it, then sure. Tolarian Terror it up. And we're going to hold the mountain back because we don't really need to play it. We're just going to fiend we have like a lightning strike or something. I mean, sure. Oh, now we actually have the lightning strike. That's just even scarier. So we've now got our opponent on a 3-turn clock unless they can play something out that helps them. Nice little Lord of the Rings forest over here. They're just gonna pass. They're holding everything up. Okay. Smack in with the terror. Down to 10. Pass the turn. Your go, opponent. Okay, they're gonna make us discard again. Well, then we're just gonna fling a lightning strike at their face. Balmor is a pretty good one. At least that's a backup creature to get us there if something bad happens. How many of those aggressive... What? They drafted 4 of them? That's insane. But at least we got the victory. What the hell? What kind of draft pile is that, dude? We just got mind rotted like 4 times. All right, and what's our prize? We got an individual rare card for this. Change of Fortune. I've never seen this card before, but seems interesting. This hand doesn't have a whole lot going for us, but at least we have our 2 counter spells, so I think this is probably a decent keep. In the worst case, Crystal Grotto does help us out. We can use the mana that we're gonna splash. We get to scry 1. Tolarian Terror we will keep on top because that's gonna be an excellent late game threat. So we will just go out and play our island and pass the turn. Still need to hold up another mana in order to use some red, but our whole hand is blue, so I don't see that being a big problem. With the number of land types our opponent has, there may be a domain deck. They missed their land drop. That's a little less than ideal for them. So I guess we'll just run out the amplifier. The auto removal spell opponent. They're definitely on some kind of 5-colored domain pile. We will drop land number 4. And I think we're just gonna cast out our Balmor and not attack into the Death Toucher. Worst case, we can impede momentum. I don't think that'll be too bad. Yep, we're definitely gonna impede momentum. So let's tap that worm down. We can put the turtle on the bottom and swing in for 6. Now we still have the mana out to Essence Scatter or Negate. Yeah, we're just gonna Essence Scatter that. We don't really need that to wreck our stuff, you know? Our opponent's probably gonna keep up their... No, I guess not. Interesting. Gain a life and scry 1. That's probably something they're gonna want to have. Alright, so we will go to combat, attack in. Worst case, they trade out. I didn't think they would. And now we can Tolarian Terror and pass the turn. So if we can kick this G2 amplifier, we can bounce back the Death Toucher, or whatever this thing is. I think we'll be in a pretty good position from there. Okay, Molten Tributary, not the biggest thing that we want. We're gonna kick the G2 amplifier. So when that ETBs, we will bounce back the Tori Devant. And then we will swing in for 6 with the Balmor and the Tolarian Terror. And our opponent's just gonna scoop it up. Alright, this is actually a good draft deck. This is probably the best draft deck I've ever made. All right, individual rare reward number 2. What do we got? Void Rend is quite a good one. I am a fan of this one in Commander. I'm sure it's just as good in Constructed. All right, in terms of an opening hand this time around, this is okay. We can stick the combat research on the G2 amplifier and just leave the board open. This seems like it would be a decent opener. Not having the red source is a little awkward, but at least Crystal Grotto can help us get there, so I think we're gonna keep this. We'll play the Grotto turn 1, and that's a mountain, so I think we're going to keep that. Then we potentially do this turn 2, play the Amplifier. If they have a creature out, we can impede momentum and combat research, so that is looking pretty good to me. So let's get the first step of our 2-step plan out. If we can at least combat research and start grabbing and discarding cards, that would be pretty good. We will play a land. Oh, you know what? I've miscalculated this big time because I'm still gonna need the blue source. And this is definitely not a legendary creature. So this is an enlist creature. That's less than ideal for us. I think we're just going to... I I think we're just going to play out another Amplifier. And then just hold up some mana. This thing can... Oh, it only destroys artifacts. Okay, I definitely read that wrong. They're not playing another creature, though, which is good for us. We'll leave up this Amplifier in case we need to bounce their creature, but for now, we can impede momentum. Pump both of our guys. Espionage is a good draw. I think we'll keep that on top. And then Combat Research. Stick that on one of the Amplifiers. That's going to eat a kill spell. That's fine. Okay, so we're still going to get in for 3 damage. That Steel Crusher is still tapped down for 2 more turns after this. Garna. What does Garna do? Interesting. Okay. So I think we're going to start with a Phyrexian Espionage. I don't think they're going to want to train down a 1-2 with a 4-3. We do get another land, which is nice. So we'll go to combat, swing in. They're not going to take the trade, that's fine. And we'll just pass the turn. Garna's going to be a scary one for sure, but we can bounce it back to hand with the other Amplifier. Molten Monstrosity. Looks like we're getting a little overrun this time around. This cares about power amongst creatures you control. That's pretty good. So I think we are going to G2 Amplifier. We are going to kick it. And bounce back the Monstrosity. Then get in for 1. And we still have a shore up to keep one of our creatures safe. And I think worst case, we'll probably just kill the Garna. So another Molten Monstrosity. Yeah, we kind of saw that coming. So I think we're going to shore up here to kill the Garna. They do get another creature back for it. Doesn't matter. I guess both of them die either way. So, okay, Garna does not draw them a card. That is good to know. So we'll Impulse. Get to take a look at some cards. Geyser is very good. We are just going to go ahead and bounce that back. We don't really need the kicker, but dealing 5 damage to their face and drawing a card is pretty good. And we'll pass the turn. They can play it back if they drop a land, but do they really want to replay the Molten Monstrosity like 5 times? Okay, that is a pretty big dude. Okay, they still have a full hand, huh? I think we're going to have to leave this back on defense for now. We've got the Essence Scatter, so we can still get rid of their Molten Monstrosity. Unless they decide to play something scarier. Ooh, the Beast Caller is a good one. I think there's no harm in doing an Essence Scatter on that. That's just going to end up being a big problem if we leave that thing alive. Well, now they can just play the Monstrosity. Okay, they kill our creature. Hopefully, we get something to help deal with this board. Tidepool Turtle is not exactly what we were looking for. But it does help kind of put up a blocky wall. Only problem is they both have enlists, so they can just swing in for 5 trample, which is not really what we want. That is also an interesting synergy. If they enlist with the Coalition Brute War, or Wart Brute, excuse me, they're able to play that Molten Monstrosity. And I hope I haven't just given them the idea by floating it in their hand. I'm sure that's what they were going to do anyways, right, opponent? Nope, that's one enlist. So can't really block that. We'll take the 5. And it's kind of looking like the writing's on the wall here. Yep, that'll resolve. We will scry with the turtle. I don't know if scry 1's going to help us here. And yeah, that's not going to do it. So good game, opponent. We're going to scoop it up. Well, if this was any other hand, if we had some red sources, I would probably keep this, but with no fixing in sight, I don't know if I can keep 3 red spells. We're definitely going to have to mulligan. This hand looks better. we can at least put away a land for now, because we're not going to need 4 lands with the hand that we've got. So I think we'll drop an island away. And start off with our Crystal Grotto, one of our favorite openers. I will keep the Amplifier. I feel like having a bounce as a kicker on a creature is incredibly good. I think this is our first white deck that we've seen so far, if I'm not mistaken. We will play Gitu Amplifier, drop a creature. Next turn we can Fires of Victory and Combat Research if we need to. Elias, not so great. If that's what the deck is built around, that's a little scary, so I think we have to kill it. This might be a little preemptive, premature, whatever you want to call it, but I think that thing needs to go now. Then we'll Combat Research. Get in for 3. Draw a card. Okay. Getting more lands is not bad. At least this Amplifier... I mean, unless it were to die right away. Well, hopefully not. More lands is not exactly what we want. So I think I'm just going to hold up the mana, not attack this turn. Next turn we can bounce something back to their hand with Amplifier number 2. Okay. We got a creature with Defender. If we ever get that, what's it called? The Smash In, whatever it is, Smash to Dust, we can at least kill it. What does the kicker on this thing do? Each opponent discards a card. That seems pretty good, but we're still a turn off from doing that. Is there any point in running that out right now? Not really. Our opponent's not really committing much to the board. It just seems like a bunch of small creatures, so we're going to pass. Resolute Reinforcements. Okay, well at least none of these creatures are going to be like a huge concern to us. Actually, if we are able to deal 1 damage to each of our opponent's creatures, that's real good for us. Another Defender. Oh, this is that bird creature. Yeah. Okay, we're definitely going to need... Oh my goodness. We're going to need something here. Essence Scatter's okay, but that's not going to do much for us. I still think Espionage is the way to go. Except maybe we're not going to make him discard a card. It doesn't seem like there's much of a point to that. So we got the Shore Up. We got some mana. Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to go for it. We're going to swing in. They're probably going to block with, like, enough to get it killed. Okay, they're just going to throw a chump blocker on there. That's fine. We'll pass the turn. We'll hold up the Essence Scatter because I know they're itching to play that Elias. So we're going to counter that. Pump the Amplifier. Unfortunately, we don't have any shore-up shenanigans, but, I mean, hopefully we get that spell that deals 1 damage to each creature, because my goodness, we really need that right now. Okay, so they're going to destroy our Combat Research. That's fine. Okay, we're taking a bit of damage. Balmor is very good. This is exactly what we need right now. I think we're gonna just pass the turn for now. We have no threat to our life right now. We can block those birds. Shadow Prophecy. They lose some life at least, so that's fine. They've got 3 land types. Alright, let's see that removal spell. Let's see that removal spell, please. Wow, they really want this Elias to resolve. Is their entire deck built around it or something? They can't really swing in with anything because we can just kill whatever they throw at us. We've got the negate, so that's pretty good. 7 lands, so we can still hold up some mana. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll Gitu Amplifier with the kicker. I guess we just bounce a bird token back to their hand. And then we'll hold up our team and pass. Now we're starting to spread the damage around, so if we can potentially get that board wipe, It might hurt us a little, but at least it will be fine. Okay, there's the Elias. That's a pretty good one. So they gain a life. And they pass. I don't remember what this thing does. Okay, so at the moment it's kind of like a Seagate Oracle. Might as well do that. We will put Tolarian Terror on top of our library. Go to combat. I think we're just going to force them to have it. They're definitely going to want to chump with the worm, so if we can at least trade off the 5-4 for a 1-2, that's an excellent trade. Okay, we want to kill, I guess, the Rager first. And then Shore Up will let us kill the worm. Okay, so we dealt a lot of damage to their board. We took out 5 creatures. They do get a bunch of triggers, but at least they don't have their 5-4 Trampler anymore. And they just got another one. Yeah, of course they do. Okay, well, Tolarian Terror can at least sort of stare that thing down for now. They don't have any flyers, so we'll get in with Balmor. And 2 of their creatures are walls, so at least they can't attack. If they swing in with the worm, yeah, I think we'll just block that. That's fine. I mean, if they have another one, that'll be like mega depressing, but if they have some sort of Urborg, Repossessive, whatever, okay. Yavimaya Sojourner. Alright, Gitu Amplifier number 3. I think we'll take that. Bounce the Sojourner back. Swinging with the Scavenger. If they block with Elias, it's just gone. If they block with one of their defenders, it's gone. We're still holding up the negate in case they have another, like, Urborg possession, repossession. Okay, so they're gonna lose a wall. That is totally fine. We lose a bit of life. They still play the 4-6 out. Yeah, this Elias is really doing a lot of work for them. They have a flyer now. It just gains Death Touch. That's pretty strong. Okay. I think this thing is slowly slipping out of our hands. Oh, brother. I guess we'll take 4. And they got another wall. Jeez. Yep. Yeah, the turtle's not going to do it. We'll just give them a GG and scoop the game up. Alright, this is kind of what we want out of an opening hand. We have a few aggressive creatures. We've got the Balmor. We've got the payoff with the Tolarian Terror. I think we just need a few spells, and this is a really good hand. What's our opponent up to? They're playing red as well. I must have passed by a million of these things. They probably care about wanting different land types, so I imagine this is another domain deck. We'll play our red card. I don't really feel the need to play any creatures out right now, so I'll leave up Essence Scatter just in case. They're going to crack the Inscribed Tablet. Thrill of Possibility, Balduvian Berserker. Well, this is some sort of Gruul domain deck. Which, that's fine, that's fine. We'll start with an Academy Wall. This at least puts up some early game defense. And then later on we can use this Amplifier. Flowstone Kavu. Interesting. So this thing can go up to a 4-1 before it dies. Okay. We will play out the Balmor. And now we have Essence Scatter and Negate up as background, or backup, whatever I'm saying. That's a different mechanic, Jacob. Crystal Grotto. That's going to help them cast all their off-color domain spells, kind of like what we're doing. That is fine. I don't mind that thing sticking around. Sure. Oh, does it have Menace? Yeah, we're just gonna let that thing go. That's fine. We don't want our Balmor to die. Okay, Shore Up is pretty good. So I think we'll go to combat. Swing with Balmor. If they have a removal spell, Shore Up, Negate, Essence Scatter, we've got pretty much the entire suite we could be asking for. That is a pretty big creature. We're gonna Essence Scatter that. We will draw a card and discard. Oh goodness. So Tolarian Terror is gonna cost 6. I can't even speak right now. I'm that nervous. I think we'll discard Negate. They definitely seem to be more creature heavy in this deck. If they swing in with Kavu, we can trick them with a Shore Up and take it out. I think we'll just do that, actually. They've only got 1 mana up. Now we can double block this thing. They can't even pump it all the way up to being a 4/1, so okay, and they just scoop it like that. Let's go, baby. We didn't even need to get to the Tolarian Terrors. All right, and what's our cosmetic this time? Elvish Mariner. Cool, I've never seen this card before. I wasn't really keeping up with Lord of the Rings. Well, honestly, I gotta say, I think that was a pretty good draft. This is the first time I've actually gone like 3-3 or 3-2, whatever one it is. I'm not sure what it is, actually. We got to play a really fun deck this time around. I think this is probably one of the better limited decks I've ever built, so I'm glad I looked up that guide before I played this. If you want to see more Midweek Magic in the future, make sure to drop a like down below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. That'll be your best way to get any updates going on in the future. And until next time, take care.